Schoolhouse. This is the foundational image of American education, a style born from rural necessity. Defined by its simple, single-room rectangular plan, the schoolhouse was typically a wood-frame building with a gabled roof and a prominent bell tower. The architecture was purely functional. Large windows on one or two sides provided light, and a single wood stove provided heat. It represents an era of localized, community-funded education, where students of all ages learned together in one shared space. Georgian. This is the signature style of America's first elite universities, the look of the Ivy League. Directly inspired by the grand colleges of England, this style sought to project order, tradition, and prestige. It is defined by its symmetry, red brick facades with white wood trim, and classically inspired details like pediments and multi-paned sash windows. Buildings like Nassau Hall at Princeton or Connecticut Hall at Yale established the iconic architectural language of American higher education. Jeffersonian, a uniquely American university style, invented by Thomas Jefferson for the University of Virginia. It was a deliberate break from the English model, designed to be an academical village. The style is defined by its use of Roman architectural principles, featuring a grand, domed rotunda flanked by colonnaded pavilions for professors and rows of dormitories. It is a style based on logic, Enlightenment ideals, and the creation of an immersive learning community. Richardsonian. As public education became formalized in growing towns, this style became the look of the first substantial, permanent school buildings. Named for architect H. H. Richardson, it is defined by its heavy, fortress-like appearance, using rough-cut stone and dark brick. The key features are dramatic, wide-arched entryways and windows, massive rounded towers, and steeply pitched roofs. These schools were built to last, projecting a sense of civic pride, stability, and seriousness. Beaux-Arts. This grand formal style was used for the most important public buildings of the era, including large urban high schools and university libraries. Drawing on French and classical traditions, Beaux-Arts is defined by its massive scale, stone construction, symmetry, and elaborate ornamentation. Features include grand staircases, towering columns, decorative sculptures, and majestic domed reading rooms, like the one at Columbia University's Low Library, all designed to impress and inspire awe. Mission Revival. A distinctly regional style, Mission Revival became popular for schools and universities in the American West and Southwest. It sought to evoke the romance of the early Spanish missions in California. The style is defined by its use of smooth stucco walls, low-pitched red tile roofs, limited ornamentation, and prominent arched parapets or bell towers. It was a perfect fit for the sunny climate and created a unique regional identity for institutions like Pomona College. Gothic. This is the architecture of the American university as a cathedral of learning. Seeking to replicate the romantic medieval character of Oxford and Cambridge, this style became the dominant look for campuses nationwide. It is defined by its use of stone, pointed arches, ribbed vaults, soaring towers, and intricate details like gargoyles and decorative tracery. From the University of Chicago to Duke and Yale, this style created the iconic image of the academic quadrangle and the ivory tower. Prairie School. America's first uniquely modern architectural style, the Prairie School, also found its way into educational design. Championed by architects like Frank Lloyd Wright, this style emphasizes strong horizontal lines meant to evoke the flat landscape of the American prairie. Key features include low-hipped roofs with broad overhanging eaves, bands of windows, and a simple geometric form of ornamentation. It rejected historical European styles for a clean, organic, and distinctly American look. Spanish Colonial. A more ornate and decorative evolution of the mission style, Spanish colonial revival became the signature look for entire university campuses in warm climates. The style is defined by its low-pitched, red tile roofs, white stucco walls, and elaborate, decorative details like carved stonework around windows and doorways, ornamental iron grills, and lush, enclosed courtyards with fountains. Campuses like Scripps College and the original core of Texas Tech University are masterpieces of this style, creating immersive, romantic environments. PWA Moderne. This was the style of the Great Depression, used for thousands of schools built by the Public Works Administration. It is a more restrained and monumental version of Art Deco, often called Greco-Deco. The style is defined by its symmetrical, classical forms rendered with clean, modern lines. Key features include smooth concrete or brick facades, strong vertical lines created by pilasters, and stylized low-relief sculptures near the entryway depicting themes of progress, industry, and learning. Mid-century. This is the definitive architecture of the post-war baby boom. To accommodate millions of new students, schools adopted a new, sprawling, and pragmatic style. Mid-century modern schools are typically single-story structures, with flat roofs, long corridors, and simple brick facades. The key innovation was the finger plan layout, where classroom wings projected out from a central spine, giving each room a wall of windows and direct access to the outdoors. Brutalism. Often seen on large university campuses expanding during this era, Brutalism was a powerful and controversial style. It is defined by its massive, exposed, raw concrete forms with heavy geometric shapes and deep-set, ribbon-like windows. The style was intended to be honest and monumental, creating fortresses of knowledge. While praised by some architects for its sculptural power, buildings like Boston University's Law Library were often seen as alienating and inhuman by students. Postmodernism, a direct and often playful reaction against the severity of modernism and brutalism. Postmodern school architecture brought back color, historical references, and a sense of fun. The style is defined by its use of eclectic shapes, brightly colored materials, and exaggerated classical elements like oversized columns or cartoonish pediments. It was an attempt to make schools more whimsical and engaging, rejecting the stark functionalism of the previous decades. Big box. The dominant model for new, large suburban high schools is an architecture of immense scale and security. This big box style is defined by a massive, two-story structure with a sprawling footprint, often featuring few exterior windows on its ground floor. The design is inwardly focused, organized around a central Main Street corridor or atrium, with specialized wings for different academic houses or departments. Surrounded by vast parking lots and sports complexes, this style reflects the modern realities of car-centric suburbs and heightened school security. High tech. The school of the 21st century is defined by technology, collaboration, and sustainability. This modern style features open, flexible floor plans, lots of natural light through large glass walls, and bright, colorful interiors. The architecture often showcases its structure with exposed steel beams and ductwork. Sustainability is key, with features like green roofs, solar panels, and rainwater collection systems integrated directly into the design, turning the building itself into a learning tool. Thanks for watching. Which type of school did you go to? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this.